Hey guys, it's Beth, and welcome back to some more Dead by Daylight. Now, I will be honest, um, this Holiday of Horrors thing, I bit off more than I could realistically chew with it. I don't have the time or energy that I thought I had, and I don't have the surplus of horror games, which I probably needed. Um, and honestly, I think I'm going to continue playing Dead by Daylight for the latter part of the week, um, but I will attempt to bring a new series to you all soon. That should probably be coming out today, it's just not going to be recorded today. This is just a much easier game for me to record than other things. Um, in the meantime, though, to keep with the horror train, let's talk about the most horrific thing out there. How absolutely batshit stupid the FNAF lore currently is. And by currently, I mean since about, like, sister location about. Because right now, the series desperately needs... No. It desperately needs to really just retcon and rewrite what they were doing, since because of aspects of FNAF 4 and Sister Location, there's no way for the story to actually begin. And let me talk about this for a sec. Currently, as it all stands currently, it makes sense for the story to begin with the death of Evan Afton in 1983 being bit by Fredbear. However, that event cannot happen first. It just can't. The entire cutscene portion, where you play the 8-bit mini-games during FNAF 4, it is centered around a few things. It is constantly telling the main character, Evan Afton, it is telling you to remember what you saw, and that you should be afraid of the animatronics. And we know through Sister Location that what's actually happening is that it's not a spirit talking to you, it is William Afton talking through a plushie with a speaker in it, which is it's a real thing. It was actually like a very common form of like baby monitor back in the day. We know that the Fredbear plushes were essentially baby monitors that were following Evan Afton. And, well, why would William want Evan to stay away from the animatronics? Well, at this point in the story, there's no reason for him to believe they're unsafe. Except for just, you know, spring locks are dangerous, but Evan would not ever be exposed to that part. He would be, you know, just playing around in Fredbear's. Meanwhile, you have the implication that Elizabeth Afton, who possessed Baby, is already dead, which does not make sense in this timeline. But it is essentially what you are led to believe. What you are led to believe is that what you are led to believe is that Elizabeth Afton has already died, and the reason that William is trying to protect Evan and, you know, keep him away from the animatronics is because he knows that they're dangerous. And there's more to support that, which is that you have the empty girls' room, and you have the remember what you saw. And we know that the toy animatronics have to exist at this point because there is a Mangle toy in the girls' room. The girls' room is also empty. And the wife is no longer in the picture, which we have assumed the reason that Mrs. Afton would have left is because of because one of the children died, and we can tell that through Bellora's song, which is about grief. So the question then becomes, well, how would Elizabeth be dead? Because in order for Elizabeth to be dead, the Funtime animatronics need to have been created. And the Funtime animatronics were only created because William Afton figured out that souls can possess the robots. And he wanted to collect more remnant and collect souls, that way he could bring back Evan Afton, who is already dead in this case. You see the problem, right? These two events, the death of Elizabeth and the death of Evan, can both not happen without the other one already happening. There is no reason for the Funtime animatronics to exist prior to William Afton going insane trying to solve, just trying to conquer death. There is literally no reason for them to exist. They were designed to be murder robots, and that's it. Meanwhile, you can't have Evan Afton die with the explanation being, oh, someone else has clearly been injured here, injured or died, and you have to worry about that, so let me protect the other kids that still exist. That can't happen. There's literally no way for that to happen. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. Girl, I need you both to go. I need you both to go. Girl, you should just leave. It's all good. The story has to start with Evan Afton's death. That's just how, like, the story goes. You need to leave first, girl. I need you to leave first, because... Literally, leave first. I need you to leave first. I need you to leave first. Go. Thank you. Unfortunately, there is no way for the series to actually begin at this point, because before Evan Afton gets killed, there's no reason for anything to happen. Evan Afton's death has to be first, but also, Evan Afton's death can't happen without Elizabeth Afton already dying. Because here's the sequence of events. If Evan dies first, then Charlie Emily is then killed in retaliation, after the death of Evan Afton, the original 5 murders happen. Because of William's rage and anger because of it. Then, because of this, Henry decides, okay, I'm going to put in a security system because clearly people are dying here. This is a problem, so let's make sure that she's safe. And because those safeguards are only implemented afterwards, after everything that's happened, William gets upset and takes his anger out directly at Henry by killing Charlie. So, that is then how we have Golden Freddy, the puppet, and the original 4 animatronics, and 2 spirits in Golden Freddy. That's how it works. And then, after that, noticing that the puppet has given life to the other animatronics, William realizes this and creates the Funtimes specifically so that they can so that he can study Remnant and spirits more, which then leads to the death of Elizabeth. This makes sense. However, in order for Evan Afton to die in the first place, for that section of the story to start, the game starts with Evan Afton already afraid of the animatronics. He's afraid of the animatronics, not just the Springlock suits, any animatronic. He is afraid of the toys. He is afraid of the plush trap. He's not afraid of his own plushies because they're his friends, quote unquote. And that's another thing. In order for him to say, these are my friends, and for the spirits, quote unquote, of the plushies to leave at the end, as well as the Golden Freddy, that means the other 5 murders must have already happened. But the first 5 murders can't happen unless Evan Afton is already dead. Because think about it, why would all of the plushies appear and then disappear if they weren't already spirits? And we know that, like, the happiest day is for Evan. It's for Evan Afton. It is all of the lost souls who never got their party. They all get to have their final moment, and then they get to pass on. So, all of those in the last moments are spirits. And this is even further accentuated because while the Fredbear plush during the game is specifically voiced by William, in the end, there is another line from the Golden Freddy plush, which is not in the same text color. It is a different spirit talking to him. So, realistically, the series cannot begin. The series can only happen... The series has a middle and an end, several endings actually, but there is no beginning. There's no way for the beginning to happen. It's just, it's crazy to me that, like, people complain, it's like, oh, the series makes sense if, like, you don't pay full attention to just, like, game theory videos and nothing else. No, that's not the case. Like, of course, like, game theory isn't going to get everything correct. They're theorizing. But, more importantly, it's impossible to get everything correct. You literally can't. There is quite genuinely no way to put the series together as it stands that actually makes it all work. Because the series itself cannot start. Evan Afton's death has to happen first. It has to be an accident. However, all of the circumstances surrounding the actual story leading up to that point have to be entirely discarded. And it doesn't make sense. Like, it genuinely does not make sense for any... Like, you could very easily make the claim. It's like, oh, yeah. Evan Afton was, like, confused and, like, didn't understand, like, what was happening. And, truthfully, maybe nothing happened at all. Maybe there were no problems at the beginning, and Evan was just afraid of the animatronics because of their uncanny nature. That makes sense. Unfortunately, everything else implies that other characters have to be dead at that point. It implies that the first 5 murders have to have already happened. It implies that Elizabeth is already dead. Meanwhile, that literally can't have happened. Like, that cannot have happened yet in how the actual series works. Which is why, like, genuinely, like, the main reason I was looking forward to FNAF Plus was just hoping that they could just, you know, put together a story that looking, like, we can look back now and, wait, where the fuck is he? Okay. So he was getting camped on Hook. That's lovely. I love Ghostface. Anyway, I'm gonna continue ranting about, I really like the Nicolas Cage voices as well. That's honestly why I've been playing Nick a lot more lately. But yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Like that's why I wanted FNAF Plus to happen. Because we have the ability to look back and like sort of piece things together, we should be able to just retcon the things that no longer work, the things that no longer make sense. We just go back and we very easily do not come near me. The guy is camping me. Don't do it. Average camping Ghostface fan. Yeah. But let's. That's basically it. It's just like we have the ability of hindsight now. We can look back and decide, okay, these things don't make sense. So let's cut the things that no longer work with the story that we're going for. Let's just try it again and hope and everything will be okay in the end. Unfortunately, we don't have that ability. Oh, this doesn't get rid of the thing? That sucks. Really? I really hoped that was going to be able to do it. Oh my gosh, this also lasts forever. Oh my god. You need to now move. You need to now move. There is a ghost face coming for you, you dense motherfucker. Do not pick me up. I'm not even going to bother struggling because I hate ghost faces. Like, this dude is literally camping and making life hell for us, so I don't give a shit anymore. Yeah, I don't like ghost faces, and I hope they get removed from the game. Anyway, hopefully the teaser we got on Halloween from Click Team is just, like, their take on remaking the original series. Because realistically, like, the story as it stands, like, it's okay if we don't have Security Breach solved. It's okay if we don't have Help Wanted solved. It's okay for this new era to not be solved. That is what we should be working towards. The original 6 games at this point should be the basis and the groundwork for how things move forward. Because realistically, we need to have an actual story. We should have that solidified. We no longer, like, we pretty much get the gist of where it was now, but, like, it's just not, it's not ready. It's not, like, it's not put together in a way that actually makes sense. And while Scott has confirmed that he's made, like, a retcon in the past, he's never clarified what that is. And hopefully one day we can actually, you know, just, like, accept the fact that sometimes, since the story wasn't plotted out from the very beginning, that's pretty much impossible. It was designed to be one game from the beginning, and then it exploded into something so much bigger. Like, it's not unreasonable to say, okay, they wanted to do something originally and it changed over time. That's allowed. That's normal. That's just how writing works. But we should understand and go back and just, you know, fix what came before, have a nice, clean groundwork, and then we're fine. Like, at that point, it'll make sense. It's slightly, like, annoying. It's just like people pretending that it's like... People love to just, like, for some reason, they absolutely adore sort of thinking they're above people for whose theory videos they watch. Girl, we're all in the FNAF fan base. All of us are losers. Like, you are not better than anyone just because you don't like MatPat. Like, that's not how this works. Like, I don't know. It's just ridiculous to me that... Like... The theory videos don't make the actual events more complicated. It doesn't. Like, I'm sorry to say, like, just because people occasionally have out their theories about how, like, all of these things tie together, it doesn't mean that, number one, everything they do is forever wrong. It also doesn't mean that they're making it worse. Unfortunately, as it stands, this story isn't perfect. Like, it just isn't. That's not how it is. Because of the differences in how the series has approached itself over the years, because of changing ideas and motivations, these things change. I don't think that you should entirely discount people's opinions and theories just because of who they are and what they may or may not have gotten wrong in the past. Like, everyone loves Dawko, however, Dawko also thought that that the two different purple guy sprites in FNAF 2 were two different characters, which wasn't the case. That, like, you know, pretty much for everyone forever thought that phone guy was the murderer. That's what people thought. That's not the case. Phone guy's just an innocent employee. So, unfortunately, like, everyone's gotten something wrong. And even the creator has gotten things wrong because of how the story has changed over time. It's like, if you look at how things are, it's like, when it comes to something like the Bite of 87, well, originally, there were only 5 animatronics. And of those animatronics, the one that is most likely to have done the Bite of 87 is Freddy, due to the handprint on the face and jaw, where it's like, oh, this very clearly bit someone before, like someone was struggling against it. Freddy also, goes for the face. And then, in FNAF 2, it's implied to be Mangle, because Mangle is all messed up, and goes directly for the frontal lobe. That makes even more sense. Then, when it comes to FNAF 4, originally people think, oh, it's Fredbear because, they show it. That may have been a retcon that may have been intended as a mislead from the very beginning. But following that, we have the interviews with, interviews, quote-unquote, the teases from Scott Cawthon himself, who said, why would Toy Chica be missing her beak? Why does her beak detach? The implication is that Toy Chica may have actually done the Bite of 87, and then that's further supported in Ultimate Custom Night. So, realistically, things change over time, and that's just how things are. So maybe we should understand and accept that, and, just be willing to fix the story now that we have a better understanding of it. So, I don't know. I'm just ranting at this point, and I think that's okay, because, like, the series has a lot of problems, I think it deserves a full remake treatment. I think especially 1 through 4 need the remake treatment the most. Like, everything else, it's just like... Everything from Sister Location onwards is pretty decent when it comes to everything. But, like, 1 through 4 definitely need a bit of touching up, and the lore needs to get fixed. I'm sorry. I'll go and fix this. Because I fucked that up. I might just title this video, this is less about Dead by Daylight and more just me ranting about FNAF with Dead by Daylight in the background. You are a cunt. You know that? You're an actual bad person. Are you fucking serious? You're immediately going for that dude immediately off of hook. That's fucking crazy, bro. Yeah, I don't blame you, Leon. I really do not blame you. That's fucked up. This is why everyone should run Will Make It. I should put it on to every build of mine. And I also think that Will Make It, like, should heal slightly faster. Like, no, even more than that, the endurance effect of taking someone off of the hook should be long enough that even through Sloppy Butcher, you can heal someone directly under the hook, and it's fine. Genuine. It's so stupid to me that, like, you can immediately come off of the hook and, like, just die because of it. Like, the entire point they added endurance off the hook in the first place is because they wanted to stop people from dying immediately off the hook. So why so why make it so that you can still die off the hook? Like, let people heal. I genuinely think that should not be a controversial statement, I don't think. But that's not on topic. The topic's Five Nights at Freddy's. The game is the background. So yeah, this is going to be the last match, I think. Because I have pretty much everything I want to say in this video has already been said and established. I mean, I've got more FNAF things to talk about in future videos, so I'm going to probably continue doing this week. So yeah, have fun with that. This is just a very, like, Survivor in this game is a very specific, like, chill experience where you can just talk about whatever. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to talk about whatever. Damn it. Was really hoping to get a toolbox or something there. Okay. Okay. Knock this out with 3 people, that'll be pretty quick and efficient. Oh shit, there's Chucky. This dude needs to stop going for the people who are directly off of hook. Like, you should be going for me now, bud. I understand, tunneling is literally the smartest thing that you can do. God, my senses are not in tune today. Man, dramaturgy is such a fun perk. Running it back so I can unhook this person. With how much healing I've had to do in my recent games, I should always just run a healing build, except then I get a plague. You know, this segment is actually a good idea for me to be able to go through some of my actual video topics that I wanted to script but haven't had, like, the time for scripting. I think that's actually a good idea. You know what? I'll actually pull up some of those ideas and we'll talk about that in the next few videos. I think that's a great idea. I'm basically just going to treat these next few videos as basically a stream, so I guess everyone, hopefully you'll have fun with that. Oh, that person is most likely dead. Yep, that would imply dead. Okay, hi Leon. Please don't expose me. Ooh, that's bad. If he hit me there, that would have been bad. But because he didn't go for me, I'm safe. And the body's dead. Good. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna get my points for resetting these pallets. The game's already pretty much over because this dude knows what he's doing. Like, he's straight up good. Like, there ain't no question about that part. Yeah, you know, he's right. Straight up. You should break that pallet, bro. I keep resetting it. Okay, I think I need to give myself up and hope that she can get hacked. Because there's no way we're doing 2 gens like this. Hopefully she can hide and get herself out. I wish there was an easier way to... Damn. I wish there was like an insta give up button on this. That way I could give her hatch. I'll say... Juju will be... Check the struggle seed to get hatch. Oh well, we tried. We got quite a bit of points there too. Alright, well thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye bye.